And that was Forêt Sicilian. And again, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and I know someone somewhere is saying no.
It still sounds about right. So we're back again with Dave and Emily, and we're going to talk about Tidelines. Both Dave and Emily did recently produce pieces for Tidelines. So we'll start with Dave. Tell us a little bit about the piece you put in.
The piece I put in was called Corpse for Hire. And that's basically what it's about. It's about a corpse, or a guy who wakes up one morning and he finds himself to be dead, but that doesn't stop him.
He's a trooper.
Yeah, that's in fact where the crazy shenanigans start. And he decides to put himself up for hire for kind of people who want to fake their own death. So he just hires himself out and gets money, but then, you know, problems arise. So yeah, that's basically what it's about. It's, you know, no subtext or any meaning. Who has time for that these days?
That's my favourite kind of story.
Yeah, you know, text messaging, yes. Subtext, what's that? So yeah, no, that's basically what it's about. And somehow it got in to the anthology, which I was pleased but very surprised about. But yeah, it's not bad.
Well, we all enjoyed your presentation at Tidelines.
Dave managed to do a reading for about 15 minutes, and he managed to read 3 sentences.
They were very, very good sentences, however.
It's stand-up comedy, really, for the for the writing type.
It's also because I don't really want to read my work because it might be judged harshly. But yeah, I feel that afterwards I felt like I kind of revealed a bit too much information about myself that night.
Emily, how about you produce a slightly more political piece?
Yeah, well, I'm writing a political novel for my PhD thesis. And so, yeah, I just thought, I wanted to be sort of representative about the work that I'm doing at Queen's, because, I write other stuff now and then, but I figured that Tidelines was kind of about what's happening at the minute. So, shocker with me, it was part of an unfinished novel, but that's okay. Yeah, and I didn't actually read the night of. I read something that was the same characters, but a different part of the novel, because, keep people guessing, etc.
We interviewed people after the event, and they both said your two were the best, actually.
Oh, really?
They enjoyed them most of the time.
Independently mentioned you.
Yeah.
So,
amazing. Probably just because mine was the last, and sort of tunnel light, all that was happening.
I know the publication committee that worked on the Tidelines deliberately chose you both to be at the end for the memorable
People
qualities.
who come away with a good impression.
I refuse to follow Dave next time. I literally refuse.
I think next time the event will be shut down if I read something like that again. There won't be anyone following me ever.
Too inflammatory. Yeah.
Good word.
What about future plans, Emily?
Well, right now my future is limited to the next 2 weeks because I'm producing a theatre project at Queen's called Fast and Loose. It's excellent crack, actually. We did it last year, and it's 24-hour theatre, so it's writing writers. There are 4 writers writing overnight from 8 p.m. to about 7 a.m. and then at 8:30 8:30 in the morning, the directors get their scripts. The casts arrive at 9. They rehearse all day. It's terribly hectic and chaotic and loads of fun. And then there's a performance at the QFT Theatre, which is going to be 8 p.m. on Saturday, December 8th. So after 8 p.m., Saturday, December 8th, what do I want to do with my life? Try not to get involved with theatre projects because I love them, but they distract me from the important things like unfinished novels. Yeah, I hope to. I'm finishing, actually, I got a draft in one of my novels that's going to be done by the end of December. And then, just finishing the PhD, I think, would be delightful, shall we say. And I'll probably end up producing one of my friend's plays next spring as well, so stay tuned for that moment of stress in my life.
Excellent. Dave, you got anything specific planned?
Yes, currently I'm writing a screenplay for a friend, the director Brian Philip Davis. He's done a few short films and music videos, and we've got a couple of things that we're going to work together on. One of them's kind of a short film version of the play I wrote recently, Happy as Larry. Trying to get a short made of that, and then there's another kind of feature length film called The Amazing Donna, which is set in Belfast. It's I'm still writing the script, but there's already a website. Excitingly, if you want to go to that, it's www.amazingdonna.com, I believe, and if anyone wants to act in it or help out, you can go there, and there's things, but yeah, apart from that, don't know.
Would you like to collaborate on something?
What did you have in mind?
Well, it's Christmas. Clearly no pantomimes.
No, but not this
I was
year,
worried
but-
that could have gone one of two ways, and one of them involved mistletoe, and I was very worried it was going to involve that. So I was like, oh no, get ready to cut the mics.
Yes, no, but yeah, I'm always available. In many senses of the word.
Excellent. We will save some dignity here and ask Emily first. Do you have any tips for writers who would like to get into writing? That technically didn't make sense.
Don't worry if you seem to be the only person doing it. And don't be intimidated if there seem to be a million people around you that are also doing it, because no matter what you do, it's going to be completely different from anything else that anyone else is doing, by and large. You would be surprised at how completely random and creative you are just by going ahead with it, I suppose.
And Dave, do you have any tips?
Well, I'm not sure how useful my tips would be, considering the stuff I write. But because I can just imagine me sitting in front of me and me giving this information, me just sitting there going, "Oh, what are you talking about? Look at you." But I know, just do it and kind of write what you want. I know people say write about what you know, but then I end up writing about talking animals and like walking corpses.
Well, perhaps you encounter them often.
And
Well,
you just don't want to admit it.
let's just go for it, and if not, then take up accountancy. I don't know.
So that's some sterling advice there, Dave.
The arch nemesis of writers, accountants.
Somebody has to do it. Thankfully, it's not us.
Yes.
Queen's Radio.
Okay.
Global nemesis.
Yes. Okay, well, Dave and Emily, thanks for giving us an interview. And we wish you all the best with all your projects. Hopefully we'll see something from both of you.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Eventually. We finish things now.
Yeah.
Dave and Emily, thank you very much.
Thank you. See ya.
And Dave, no one can see you waving. I'm sorry, Dave's waving at the microphone.
They
Everybody.
can.
The webcam's facing you, unfortunately.
I think you put down your listeners too much. I think they're very intuitive.
They're all psychics. This is Psychic FM.
Pick it up for your fillings. If you do have any questions for Dave and Emily, you can email us in at studio@queensradio.org or text us in at 6300, prefix your messages with QR, and text or charge at network rate.
Or just kind of come up to me in the street and shout at me.
You do that.
He has crazy blonde hair. You will never mistake him for anyone else. Except for...
I'm going to diet now.
Now we've got Ash's Oh Yeah for you. And yes, this is Ryan's choice.
Oh yeah.